You look at that and you say, okay, I respond to the league and I'd say first choice Friday, second choice Saturday afternoon, for example, and then you go third, fourth, fifth choice right down to sixth. You get a version back, they mix it all up and they tell you here's a draft. You look at it, you say if there's issues, and then you go back to the drawing board and you get to the point where it's finalized.
We mentioned there's one Thursday game this year. That's in July. There's also a Monday game, Monday afternoon game. And I know the Labor Day games changed. We'll talk about that in a moment. But a Monday afternoon game. You did this 2 years ago against the Rough Riders on Thanksgiving Monday. That seemed to go over well, partly because it was Saskatchewan. It's not Saskatchewan this time. It's Winnipeg. Thought process on that. Are you happy with getting that date?
Okay, so overall, we're very happy with the schedule. The fact that we've got most of our games on the Friday night or Saturday afternoon I think is marvelous for our fans. And that's split down the center because some people would love to have all the games on Friday night here in Edmonton. And some people in Edmonton would prefer it all on Saturday afternoons because of work obligations, family obligations, going to the cottages. That is somewhat different in other markets. It's funny. Some markets, I believe like Montreal, prefer Sunday afternoons. Everyone has their own patterns. So I'd say we got a good schedule based on what we asked for. The Thursday one coming into play because we had to vacate the stadium. Women's FIFA under 20 is being played at the stadium, and we'll be away from the stadium for a period of 4 weeks. So we're getting out on the Thursday night, but I think it's going to be a good night to have a game. And the other one being Thanksgiving Monday, exactly. That's an afternoon game on a Monday. But I think it's good because most people have their Thanksgiving dinners on Sunday, and it's an opportunity to go out with the family again.
And if they don't, they will this year.
That's right, yeah.
The FIFA taking over Commonwealth, like that's more than just the field, right? I mean, you guys have to vacate. I think you lose Clark, too, as well.
That's
for
right.
Facility. You have the bye week in there. You have back-to-back road games, Montreal and Ottawa, and you're staying out east, correct?
Yes, exactly. So on the scheduling, with FIFA coming in, it's a good news story for Edmonton in general, being a host for the FIFA games. In 2014, this year, it's the women's under 20, and next year it's the World Cup Championships for the women again. So it impacts us in different ways this year and next year. This year, basically, we have to vacate the stadium late July, and we come back in August. But you're right, we can't use Commonwealth Stadium at all. So in the request to the league, we highlighted the fact that we'd like to have a back-to-back out east. And it turned out it's going to be Montreal and Ottawa back-to-back. The club is going to stay out there. The players will be able to practice either in Ottawa or in Montreal, knowing that we didn't have access to our own stadium here.
Mm-hmm. All right. The other key thing on the schedule is the Labor Day rematch.
Yes.
Always been a Friday. I know in the last 2 or 3 years, maybe even further back than that, the players and the teams have been trying to change it and get it to Saturday because I remember talking to Ricky Ray his first year in Toronto, and he said, wow, because the Hamilton-Toronto game is Labor Day and then Saturday.
Yes.
Here it's Labor Day and it was Friday.
Right.
And he said it's amazing how much that one day made a difference.
Well, you look back, and when I arrived in Edmonton in 2011, one of the questions I asked myself is there something I need to know as to why this takes place? The tradition is fabulous with the Labor Day match in Calgary and then coming back up to Edmonton, but there was no reason really to have it on a Friday because 2 factors come into play. Football, 3 days off is not enough for the guys to recuperate. And then you're susceptible to injuries. And who wins? Because Calgary and Edmonton are in the same boat. We're playing back-to-back. And you say, what's the rush? Why don't we move that to a Saturday? So that's the football side. And the fans, for us to be able to get more families, we were looking for that as an opportunity to have that on a Saturday afternoon. Because when you look at games on Friday night, it is skewed differently in terms of who's in the stadium versus a Saturday afternoon, which lends itself more to the family environment with children there as well.
And it also gives, I know going to Calgary for the game on Monday is a tradition for a lot of Eskimo fans.
Yes.
Now it can work the other way as well. You can get more Stampeder fans coming up and spending their money at Commonwealth Stadium.
That's right. Following a long weekend, it was difficult for some of the people from Calgary to come up the road. Now we think that they can jump in the car, come watch the game, and then go back home. So that works out very well. As well, with the whole Labor Day rematch, what we're doing is we're going to take advantage of our student voucher program. There's a tradition there as well. A number of years ago, it was moved from Labor Day rematch to another date for various reasons. We're bringing it back to the rematch because now all the factors at play work in our favor, and the fact that it's a Saturday afternoon rematch game. We have family and kids that are going to be coming, and now having the student voucher program allows us to fill the house with kids so that we have that next generation of fans coming into the stadium.
And for people who have been around a long